These are the student athletes who represent the University of Hawaii. While they work to generate revenue for their school, entertainment for their fans, and a sense of pride for their hometowns, there is a man who works to keep them eligible and on par to graduate. This coach of sorts is one whose influence begins in the classrooms, extends beyond the arenas, and echoes for the rest of students' lives. This is Conrad Maddox.
When I think of Conrad, I think, he's one of the most important people here at UH. He helps, athletes not only with their schoolwork, but with like daily, struggles with being an athlete and just life. And for me, he's such an inspiration because he, tells me all the trials that he went through and how he overcome to become the person that he is today. And that, inspires me to do more. And, I always talk to him about, the things that I go through is being the athlete, and he's always there to talk. He's never busy, and he always try to make time, to talk. And, he's very special to me.
As a person, Conrad Maddox is probably every head coach's and assistant coach's dream because, again, he brings so many different life experiences to the table that he's personable, he's funny, he has a charm about him, he has a wit, and he also has a hard side, a professional side, a no-nonsense side. And I think the combination of all those things really lend itself to the fact that the players can't find a way to get around him. There's no soft side that they can always attack, or there's no hard side to Red where he can rub them the wrong way. And so consequently, because there's so many sides of him, I think he's always able to bring out the best in our student athletes.
Well, I remember thinking he was quite colorful. And, that it's kind of a bold statement that you make when you have tattoos like that. I didn't want to, I don't think I thought, oh my gosh, who's this guy? But I don't know, I sort of enjoy people that are kind of out on the edge, a little edgy, and Red certainly is kind of edgy. His ability to work with students that don't really want to work with tutors, or don't have maybe the commitment that to getting their degrees. They want to go play pro or whatever. He has an uncanny ability to get them to listen to him and do what he says, and he's really made a huge difference in students' lives. I remember a girl one time that said she was on the basketball team, and she was meeting with him out in front of my office, and she said to him, I've never in my life been any good at book learning. And he was like, now that's just not a fair thing to say, and he worked with her, and she ended up getting her degree in American Studies, and which is a lot of book learning, and it was applied to law school.
Probably the best thing is, helping students who really had no intention of graduating. The whole goal was just, be able to play their sport and hopefully make it to the next level, to get them to make the effort to graduate, to find a value in going to class and doing those things and knowing that it'll help their lives out. One, you want to be able to help people to graduate to do something that they haven't done. Two, a lot of people have stepped up and helped me when, I was kind of a jerk or a prick at different times. And I think ultimately I've learned that we're here to service and help other humans. And I have a talent or a skill, and this is where it's applied the best. Working with the student athletes or with the students. I mean, like many of them, I have that ADHD gene, and the fact that I get to move between kid to kid to kid, and each one is different, in the course of a 30, 40 minutes, that works really well. So I've learned to use, what are considered flaws quite often as, strengths. If you're considering me and, what I've done and how my history has worked, we have to realize what we've done don't define us. They're just things that we've done. As will come out in this, I've been a male stripper, I've been a bartender, I've been, a body piercer. I've worked on a fishing boat. I've done all these things, but they don't define me. They're just tools, things that I've done that I can draw from those experiences and use when I'm working with other people. When they've had things, I go, oh yeah, I remember that. I've done something like that. Let me help you to better understand what you're doing. Which also helps me to, and what we have to do is quit looking at ways to find difference between us and find ways that we're alike. And if we start there, we can get more done.